Namaste everyone. Very nice to meet all of you here today. If anyone want to talk to me, you can talk.
Namaste ji. Ji, you just said today is a rainy day, so I just want to live the truth of our health.
Health.
How can we become more healthy, or that if we are sick, still we can feel healthy like that way. Can we explore something like that? Yes.
I don't think that is in the scope of this meeting. No? I can help you in feeling the health of your being. No? That's what it means to feel our existence. No, which is never sick. No. Body mind will sometime fall sick, sometime will become healthy or remain healthy mostly, no. But ourself, no. I can only help you in this way, no.
Yes, yes. Like when we feeling sick, so we start fighting with ourselves, like, oh, why I am sick. That feeling. One thing is this, and another feeling is like, okay, I am sick. I can be healthy soon. So there's a two different of the kind of feeling. And it's just example of Prasad. I just felt like he had gone through this problem, and still he's. I'm not feeling to see him like he is sick, or he's like feeling like he's well healthy now. So that this is a state of mind, or this is a
I
this.
feel so, yeah. Like we live differently, different beings live differently, and some of us will take it too seriously, like close down. Oh my God, I'm sick. Or some us will be like, it's okay, I'm sick and I have to appropriately take care of my body, mind, and like this. And some of us could be even more bold in a way, like So I think it's very individual in a way, based on the way we have lived life, the way we have understood life also. No? So it is something very individual, I would say. But there is something that is very universal in nature, the our our true, our being aspect. So this is within the human aspect of human being. No? That some human beings will be more bold or like this about it, based on what we have learned. But there is a being aspect of the human being also, no? Which equally, which equally, uh, which sees both the states of sickness and health in the same way. Like its attitude or its mm, state uh, does not change based on when the human aspect is sick or healthy. No? So that is the topic of this meeting. No? The being is the topic of this meeting. While we will not ignore the human aspect, no, but that is not in the scope of this meeting. You know what I mean? Discovering the being aspect of the human being is in the scope of this meeting, isn't it? And that's a very powerful thing to discover. to know that I am exact same being when I'm sick, and I'm exact same being when I'm healthy. It's a very powerful thing to know, to know, in relation to the human aspect where the sickness or health is experienced, different degree of health or sickness, isn't it? Or are you saying something else and I'm missing it maybe? Please tell me.
No, Ji, it is like that. Just I want to just explore this as a being, except yeah.
I feel as a being, we will never reject the sickness of the body. Rather, we will approach it more appropriately. That body is body. It follows its own system. It has its own system. It follows its own way, and we will respect it much more now. When we are living as a being, we will respect our human nature much more now, as it actually is, or as it should be respected or allowed in its nature, within its nature. We will not impose our ideas on it in a way. Ultimately, the ideas we are imposing on our human aspect mainly is because we are not living our true state of being aspect. True state where we don't have to mix anything, we don't have to think about ourselves in any certain way to be who we are. Like we can be totally empty of ideas about ourselves, empty of understandings about ourselves, empty of any previous knowledge about ourselves, and yet we are who we are. Like this, when we live, then we are not going to project also anything more and more on the human aspect. We will be more truthful in a way, and more loving also. In fact, I feel loving and kind in a way towards our human nature. Is it not like this? In my experience, it is like this. So,
Yes, Ji, I am very much like correlated with this. In generally, we suffer because of sickness, not because of sickness, because of uh, ideas about sickness. Like we listen, like, okay, if I have this problem, it means this happened to that person. It can be happen with me. So
I
like this
understand.
story. So that's like if I start living as a being, so I will not be affected with these ideas. So this I
Oh yes,
just
yes.
want
It
to.
is like there is a there is a psychological effect also that happens inside us. There is a emotional effect also that happens inside us. Yes, yes, that happens. But when we slip out of these levels into our pure being, uh, even if that effect takes place inside us, it is not given value, and when not given value, it is not given life also. You know, so it doesn't grow in us. It kind of is reduced somehow very quickly. Like it comes because of the old habit, no? Like, oh, something is not. I think something is wrong to me, and then it is not given value and life, so it doesn't grow. It just disappears very quickly, no? Because we have our own eyes to see now things in a way as the being. That naturally happens also. It's not in relation to health or sickness only. It is in relation to everything that happens in the body or to the body. Even when we are having a cup of tea, there also that psychological and emotional effect is taking place there also. And when we are staying as the being while having a cup of tea, that time again we will not give value to it also. And again it will be reduced to nothing. It just disappear like a smoke in the empty sky. True, it is true.
Thank you, Gigi. It's really helping, and it is very beautifully you share this thing. So yes, so more focus and to live as a being. So, yes, Ji.
Yeah, but I want to make it very clear here also that um, the in the human aspect we have body, mind, and like this, and there we have knowledge of things based on our experiences, based on collective knowledge of the human life also. Though that knowledge is not entirely bad or good in itself, you know, but mostly that knowledge is being used under the influence or smoke, like a fog of psychological and emotional effects in a way. That is where you know things are not going well. No? Knowledge in itself is so useful, no? About the body health, body sickness, and everything. No? That's why very quickly we are able to diagnose if there any problem. Quickly we are able to treat also when necessary. So that knowledge is not bad. No? Because sometimes we just like to reject the whole human aspect in a way, in that way, or all the knowledge of the mind and body. No, that's not useless. Truth is always useful, even if relative truth. No, body mind in the body mind we experience relative truth. In the being we experience and know the absolute truth of who we are, no? Or life also. But our projections onto the truth, even if relative truth, that is where things don't remain clean and clear. No, this is my understanding. So very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ji, for sharing regarding this health. Thank you.
Uma, you want to talk?
प्रणाम जी जी I want to look something with you.
Yeah, sure.
See, it is about receptivity for the sharing in the satsang. I have some understanding, but I don't feel contented with my understanding. So I listen more from you.
Okay. So, yeah, please tell me your understanding.
See, as I feel to receive more from the sharing, what you share in the satsang, I need to I need to remain empty of the my uh, uh, empty of my stored knowledge, even from past meeting, last meeting or something. About it is about spiritual, not about anything else. So I need to be empty from that knowledge, that stored knowledge. And for that I need to be present more and more at this moment. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Something came up right now. I share with you, and then you see if it is useful for you or not. No? In this context, I noticed that, let's say, we had a meeting last Saturday. Some things were shared, you lived them, no? And there is a possibility that not everything was lived fully during the meeting last Saturday. No? Something remained unprocessed in you, in a way, from the last meeting. Now those things will continue inside when value is seen in them, that hey, they are valuable but have not been processed, meaning have not been digested. No, you know. So what will happen is that, not that we are not empty for the new receiving in this meeting, but many times we are not available or free because we are still processing what has been listened in the last meeting. No. Now, a hypothetical scenario where in the last meeting you listened well, everything, or whatever remained, very quickly in the next 1 or 2 days, you processed all of it nicely. Processed basically does not mean that you could extract fully everything of it, out of it, no. But at least you could become clear that okay, um, this is the maximum I can get out of it, and then I have to kind of let it go now. No? Like I will not keep it as a thought inside me now. Either it has to be converted into my understanding, no, or it should go now. It should not remain in my mind rotating as a thought, no. I mean, there is no need for that because recording is there anyway, no. If necessary, recording can be listened to. Why that recording should move in my head, no? So, like this, you have extracted, and then you feel, no, I think I can extract little more. Then you can listen to the recording again. You can extract more, no? And in this way, you will be so full in a way of what you have digested well and which has become your own understanding of life now, no, in the being. And you are so available now here. Like if you feel that no, I want more from the meetings or satsangs with Rajee, then you will join this meeting, which you have joined in this case. No? Meaning you feel that you can get more. Now you are not only clear or willing to get more, but you're also available to get more. Meaning you are not occupied right now. You are free to listen, isn't it? So this is that right model in which we can listen, I feel. It is just that we are not able to process uh, things well, and we just keep them in the mind. They keep rotating, and we feel that one day I'll process them. You know. In one movie or somewhere I saw that somebody was saying that when it comes to doing things, no, in future, no, there is a very beautiful word for never, that is someday. That someday I will do it. No? That's a beautiful word for never, that I will never do it. No, like this. It is true actually. Like to postpone that. Okay, someday I will think about these things or try to understand them. But the recording is there anyway. Why to keep them in the mind? So like this we can become so clear and simple, you know. I'm just trying to, I'm feeling to imagine a little bit of a hypothetical state of a being, no? Where the understandings which have been consumed and digested well by you are in the being without weight. There is no weight of them. No? Thoughts inside you are only those thoughts which are absolutely essential in relation to the practical life and the way life is as such, as a whole, no, of individual, no, which are very, very less. The rest, all the energy of the being is being used to live, to enjoy its own joy, its own self, and its human aspect. That's what a human being is or not. We are a being living as a human. No? And mostly we have forgotten ourselves while living as a human. No? Forgotten or have never remembered. We can always discuss about it. Like what is the thing? Is this clear or no?
Yes, Ji, it is clear. I am very much connecting with your sharing. And
In relation to listening to in satsang, unfinished business is the main problem. Unfinished. I want to wonder with you, Uma, also that what we call mind, we want to be free from. Is it also not a collection of unfinished business? And who is going to finish it? Mind itself, while we will be witnessing it, or we have to be involved. Like what exactly is going to happen with it? No? I mean, initially we are not capable of understanding many things which are happening in the mind, and that's why we are suggested to fall back into our being aspect first. so that we can gain our wisdom, original wisdom, no, and strength of the being also, which is totally makes sense to me. Because while living in the mind as the mind, we don't really fully understand what mind is, how it works, and what to do about it. If we want to fix things here, it's not so easily, at least. But we fall back into the state of being, not having a judgment about the human aspect, but you know, then it can be like a big pile of files, no, like a huge collection of files, and we can put like two trays, no, one like rejected and one I'll work on, maybe, no, rejected, work on, rejected, work on, no. Like rejected means goes to garbage bin. And those who have done like this, knowingly or unknowingly declared to anyone or not, what they found is that all the thoughts which are rotating inside us, they straight go to garbage bin only. They never go anywhere else. Only garbage bin. Because you, the being, when wakes up, would like to create a new life. Not new life in the sense of new people or new circumstances or relations, but new way of looking at the same thing. No? You know, those old thoughts are old way of looking, like a personal way of looking at the same thing. No? This is what is noticed, but everybody will take this call also. Is it fine like this?
Yes, ji, very clear, ji. Actually, I was also feeling when you were sharing that it is like I am unfinished in previous meetings, so I carry that unfinished work in this meeting also. So I am not able to receive fully, and not empty of this. So this unfinished thing is very much clear to me.
Yeah. So it's good, good. Thank you.
And also, these rotating thoughts are all just for garbage, and freshly thinking for what I want to do in the life for the moment. It is also very very fresh, and uh, it gives very fresh look of the life also to me. I can see life freshly.
Yes. It is very difficult to understand this, what we are talking, Uma, right now. That normally in our mind, personal understanding, fresh always means new. How can something be fresh without being new? No, same life, same old life, but fresh. It is possible, really, because there is no such thing as same old life. That's our way of looking at it only. Everything is oven fresh, in the from the kitchen of the beloved. No? That's our way of looking at it, projected onto it. That even the even even my our old body is never really old in that way. You know, it is freshly old. In a way. So mostly in the personal mind, we translate it like, okay, I have to break out of my present pattern, which is not like a good or bad thing in itself. Depends on every one of us, no? How we take this call, but that's not necessary, or that's not the answer really ultimately for that freshness that we are searching for, or the freshness that we want to live continuously. You know? So I think it's good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very much clear things. Thank you.
I noticed, Uma, that there are three states in which we find ourselves to be. One is that we are using our mind only and not feeling or living our truth of who we are, who is using the mind. No? Like totally forgotten when using the mind. Mind means the understandings and, mm, memories based on the past. Another is living in the being as the being and not using the mind at all. Third is the very fine mix of both. When we are living as the being, we can use the mind. We don't use the previous conclusions of the mind. We use only the previous relative knowledge from the mind. But we make uh, new decisions now, no? Fresh decisions about this life, which we see freshly from our true or new eyes in a way, or clean eyes. No? That's why we are fresh and new. Our decisions are fresh and new also. Knowledge about it, relatively not new, it's old, no? Up to some degree. Like the training and the, uh, you know, wisdom that we gain out of experiences of relative life, that is there, no? So in this scenario, in this picture, the personal influences have been removed now. Now we are truly a human being. You know, and there are all chances that the potential of the human aspect will be allowed to flower in a way, to blossom in a way now by the being that we are, who is awake to its nature now. No? Yes, nice, nice. Deva, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Um, there is this a very practical question that I have been having for a while now is way of the being, live the life, our life, in the way of the being. Um, the way I understood it is that I would need to sit in myself, stay as the being, and then come back into life. Is that correct? And live my life from there.
What I understood is that to live life in the way of the being, the steps to be followed are like this: that first come in the being, and then sit there and realize your nature and sufficiently experience yourself, and then come back from there into the human aspect and live life. If this is what you are saying?
Hey, Rajee.
Oh, yes, yes, it is true. Because what happens is that when we have not lived in our nature, in the being aspect, as if a lot of dust has gathered in our eyes in a way, into our with our, on our wisdom also in a way, our ability to respond to life, and that dust has to be somehow cleaned in some way. And that dust is not really dust in itself, it is dust in relation only, in relation to the purity of the being that we are. So that dust doesn't look like dust in the mind, in the body, in the practical life, in the human aspect, not necessarily immediately at least. It only is felt when we sit in our being. In what I call core meditation, in meditation we learn to sit in our being as ourself. No? And this is where we feel that as if I have some impulses, I want to do something now here. And if we continue here, we will notice that why I want to do something, while there is no real thing to be done here right now. Like this compulsiveness has got developed inside the being in a way. That it's not that thoughts are rotating continuously. It is the being continuously thinking out of compulsiveness. No? So first the being has to come to silence, to peacefulness in its nature. The thinker has to first become quiet. No? Thoughts will follow. They will become quiet also. No? Thoughts are like an arrangement done by the thinker. No? The more resolved thinker, the more resolved thoughts. No? In a way. The more peaceful thinker, the most peaceful or harmonious thought processes also. This is my understanding again. So yes, you are right.
Oh, Rajee, the way I hear it is that the thinker is nothing different than the being in the state of thinking. The aspect of the being that actually comes into that mode of thinking, and that's the thinking, and there are patterns that play out of that thinker, which are compulsive patterns. Is that correct understanding?
In one sense, yes. Let me just share that maybe it will become more clear. So what happens is that when we do not know about who we are, we depend on the mind patterns or thinking or thought processes for everything, to know everything. No? So even about ourselves, we depend on thoughts or thought processes. Like collectively, what thought processes are declaring that I am this, that's what we take ourselves to be also. And the same thing about everything, body, mind, what is mind, what is health, what is sickness, what is a tree, what other people are, what is a person, everything comes from that. Now, when we sit in ourselves, we kind of come to the purity of our own being, meaning our own existence, and our own wisdom starts waking up here. It is a non-dual wisdom in one sense. Now this non-dual wisdom meets the individual aspect in the human aspect of our being, no? In the mind. And there will be many personal thoughts and feelings present there now, which were based on the past way of living, no? In this life. And many of them will not match with our present wisdom now. Like they will look, something is off, something is not mixing nicely, no? Like, and then slowly they will be shredded in a way, they will kind of disappear in some way, like they will be not found useful in a way. Like the training, like as I say, that training from the past will be found useful, but the conditioning will not be found useful anymore. Like knowing when you will be when we will be in front of a tree, we will know still that it is a tree. What tree it is, like almond tree. It's an almond tree. We will know all those things, but we will not be preoccupied by the experience of a almond tree from the past anymore. We will be empty now. In the similar way, when we will come to the mind to make decisions, the patterns present in the mind will be seen by us as either useful, like a training from the past, or conditioned, like a personally conditioned. And that will not be given value because we are not personally conditioned anymore. We will find ourselves to be much more neutral now. This is also a very interesting thing to notice, that why we are not neutral in the mind when we live as a person. Because we are trying to get something out of thinking also. Like we are trying to think, to taste life in some way through thinking. But when we return to ourselves, we start tasting life as ourselves first of all. Our own existence is the deepest taste of life. And from here we directly taste life also. So we are not dependent on thinking for tasting life now. So now we use thinking only minimalistic and most neutral, without any emotionality connected to it. It's all practicality, no emotionality anymore, you know. It is more like love, not emotionality, that comes out of the being that we are. More unified love, like for everything, like same love for everything, not like selective or you know. I hope this makes sense. Yeah, meaning I think you can understand this.
Yeah, Rajee. I feel like I feel now I understand the difference between the wisdom, the being, and the conditional mind. They're two different things and different way of life.
Yes, yes.
Uh, and essentially sitting in myself, the wisdom of my being starts to respond to life. That's how I hear.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Wisdom of the mind is wisdom of the self-ignorance. Like we take ourselves to be something other than who we are in the mind. And based on that, we know everything and decide about everything also. So we are not living the truth of who we are. We are not living the truth of anything else also fully. But wisdom of the being is that we start living the truth of who we are. And in the same relation, we start slowly living the truth of everything also. So our wisdom is much more accurate now. Here we can expect life to be changeful much more than before now. You know, and we will not feel that my peace is broken because of that so easily. Our peace is broken in only in one way, that we are peace. We are peace itself. When we stop living ourselves, that time we can say our peace is broken. No? But generally, we have never, in the person state, we have never lived our own nature, the peace that we are. There, in the mind state, we get only glimpses of peace sometime, taste of who we are, rarely. No? So that is a different scenario there. So I think we are good then. Thank
Uh, Raji, there is one thing that, like from what you say, it feels as if I try to I realize that this is coming back to our true nature, living our true nature more and more is really the answer to actually living life, truly living life as a being. And what I have realized over a few years now is that the more uh, the longing to live as a being, the more powerful the force of it seems as if the force of patterns seems to be holding far more stronger, which is lesser, but it seems to be taking over at times. And I just want to somehow, just keep them away. I mean, the patterns in. So, uh, like the force seems to be getting stronger. So sometimes I tell myself that I need, I feel that urge to have like a guiding light every day that reminds me or gives me the direction. Like as we were kids, we really didn't know what our name was in school. And we were reminded every day, this is your name, like that. Uh, this is who you are. I mean, so I feel that uh, that attachment that has happened inside between the being and the
Yes, yes.
person sometimes is so strong that I feel the urge to that there needs to be a light every day, which just helps me to break free. And I really need a guidance in this because um, I don't know if this is a reference I have, but I know this clearly that there comes a point that there was a point in my life when I didn't even know my name as someone, and there used to be a badge for the name, and others knew my name. I feel that point never comes where there's like a total space, and I really need your help with this. If and we can come to, if you can help me come to that point, and if you can tell me what is it that at that moment where the stickiness is so much, what do I do to just distance myself?
It's not really something like all of a sudden will happen, no? It is not something which will happen all of a sudden, you know. It is something that must be understood more clearly, first of all. Because seeking for some guiding light is not a bad thing. It's just coming from the maturity of the desire you have, no? But also it must be more clearly understood that what happens when I really come in alignment with that guidance. What happens really that time? We should become more conscious now, so that we don't lose it. No? So this practicing, like what helps is practicing every day. No, what is practice and what it gives us. That clarity is very important. Unconsciously or blindly doing some practice will not really help so much in this direction. No? So any practice every day is trying to bring you to yourself in a way, isn't it? But how exactly it is trying to bring you to yourself, that must become more clear. Because unless this becomes clear, even if we have achieved ourselves, we will lose ourselves also. No? Like things are not in our hands now, right now. I'm saying that things can be in our hands. You know? But we will have to let go of some things for that. Those some things are not just our misunderstandings about mind or people, but they are misunderstandings about ourselves also. They are misunderstandings about our desire also for achieving ourselves. They are misunderstandings about our practice also, that guidance also that we are seeking for also. You know. So when next time, including right now, if you feeling peaceful, joyful in your being, be more conscious also here that how I am now and who I am now. So that this is how your wisdom will wake up, no? Wisdom of your being will wake up like this, no? Through your self-awareness, no? So the more your wisdom will wake up, the more you will need to be dependent on mind for it, no? Like now you will know without actually knowing in the way of the mind that what mind is saying is true or not, or useful for you or not, you know. Like the dependency on the mind for knowing who you are will be reduced more and more now. So what I call meditation, core meditation is one-shot solution really. We do not need to do anything in relation to knowing who we are or living ourselves. No? It is just that our wisdom is not awake yet, that we have to depend on the mind for it. That's why, confusion. At the mind level, only clarity can happen, or clarity can help. In the mind level, please understand also, it's an interesting thing that in the mind level, we can never be really fulfilled, like, oh, perfect. There is no such thing that can ever happen in the mind. Perfect can never happen in the mind. Completion can never happen in the mind. But we can turn on all the light of clarity where there is no region you find to be involved with the mind or what is happening in the mind or to have fear from it. You know. So clarity can help in this way. Clarity can help us become free from mind in this way. Not that we can achieve something in the mind. The very nature of mind is incomplete. And it is like this. Meaning in the sense that mind is something used in the relative life. Relative life is something which is perfecting, not that it becomes perfect at any point of time. In relation, it becomes like from a certain perspective, it looks perfect. And then even to you, tomorrow it will look, oh, something can be better than this, Perfection or completion is experienced truly only within our being, beyond mind. So that's why in the mind level only clarity can happen. So let us bring the clarity. This is my answer to you. Bring the clarity at the level of mind as much as possible and bring the light of self-awareness within yourself when you are sitting in meditation and satsang. No? Like you can wonder right now with me that who I am, who is asking these questions, who is trying to understand, who is trying to come home also. So coming home can happen little later maybe. Right now you can put that aside. No? I want to permanently live as myself. This desire can wait for some time also. No? Right now you can actually wonder with me that who I am. Beyond spiritual practices, beyond spiritual understandings, beyond spiritual attainments, who I am right now. Before I begin my spiritual journey, into who I am right now. And no answers comes, no? Most probably no answer comes. But why no answer comes? Why no answer comes? Because the questioner and the answerer is same, no? Is it not obvious? Is it not so obvious? You are the one who is asking, you are the one who is going to answer. If you want, answer. If you don't want, don't answer. Keep quiet, no? Do you see the point? Who is going to answer? And even if the answer is coming, who is answering? To whom? Isn't that so amazing and so simply magical and true? I very humbly want to remind you again that I always feel that when we come to truly looking at who we are in a way or stumble upon the truth of who we will most probably not feel like wow, we'll more feel like what the hell, you know. Very humbly I'm saying that this is how you feel like what the hell is this? Not like wow, how amazing. Like it's not really in continuation with what we have been doing. It's a complete stop. Awakening is a complete stop from that journey into something totally new. Like a completely new way of looking at the same thing called myself. No? Or first time we are looking at or experiencing in a way, not looking at but experiencing consciously. No? Deva, before this point, like now you are experiencing yourself directly, before this point, were you not insisting that I'm planning to go to this trek of 10 kilometer, which has difficulties and stoppages and food and everything. Like all the plan is in place, and then at the end of the trek, I will know who I am. And I'm just asking you one simple question: who will know whom? And you are like, oh, sorry, I think there is some misunderstanding. And then the guide, no, the guide, the company which is selling you the trek, we are, we are, we are, we are, we are getting late. Please come. And you are saying, no, I have to stop. I can enjoy the trek very much, but not for knowing who I am. Because if I don't know who I am right now, I will not know who I am after the trek also. And if I can know who I am after the trek, I can know who I am right now also before the trek, isn't it? So now you are able to see this. Before you were like, no, please tell me, prepare me, Rajee, can you prepare me for the trek better so that I can really know this time, so that I don't have to do the trekking again and again. No? Let me see your face, because that's a very beautiful face to be seen, no? This in this moment. No? Very nice. Your face is giving me the answer right now, you know. The question who I am, no, is very heavily misunderstood by us, no. In this question, who I am, who is for the mind. I am is for you, the being. No? The being is never asking who I am. Being is never answering who I am. Being is only simply declaring I am. It's a declaration of existence. It's a declaration of bliss, wisdom, consciousness, self-consciousness. There is no question to be asked about it. It's beyond questioning. You know. So who part is what catches the mind attention. Oh yeah, let's know who I am. But that is only in the beginning, and that's going to consume the impulsiveness of mind. If we persist, no, in this practice of who I am, it is going to consume the impulsiveness of the mind, like that restlessness of trying to do something, and that we will become free from that, restlessness, relaxed more. Then who falls away from the question who I am? I am remains still. This I am is before asking the question who I am, during asking the question who I am, and after the who falls away. I am still remains. That's what we are, that's what you are, Diva. No? We can ask questions about everything. How we can ask questions about ourselves? We can wonder, let us wonder. Wonder is like a inner light of the being, growing in itself. That's what is living as ourself, maybe abiding as ourself. No? That's what truly is dhyan and satsang, no? Meditation and satsang. in the mind, thoughts are never going to be more interesting or less interesting. It is you who is less interested or more interested in them at different times. When you are more interested in yourself, like so blissfully living your own existence, no interest is there for any thoughts or activities or anything. There are all chances that if I ask you right now, let's do some practice, you will feel like, can we do it maybe a little later? You know, you would not like to go away from here now, because this completion is felt only when we have come to ourselves. Try to recognize this completion and don't settle for anything less than this when it comes to knowing yourself. Don't seek for this completion. Understand how it is achieved or how it is lived by you. Understand deeply. Understanding is the way, not practice. Understanding deeply, clearly. I think it's very, very good. Thank you. Very good. Enjoy like this. We talk later. If any question and confusion, we talk later. Enjoy like this right now. Thank you. Anna, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I will try to make it as simple as possible because I don't really know how to explain it without also maybe saying a little bit more about it from my life perspective. I've been on my own for many years already because I don't want to compromise. I don't compromise this for any relationship, and except those that I have to arrange during the day for work and so on. Like it's okay, and then I'm just enjoying time that I spend on my own. But from what I feel, it's also a trick because it's no matter how still I am and how deep I'm satisfied with being just this, still there is always like this. It's not even a desire, but it's something that pulls out, which is like this promise or desire for a relationship or for sharing this in the human or body level, or with others. And for example, when I'm in Sahaja or when we are here in Satsang, this desire is not there, or I can feel it very quickly and reject it. But in life itself, it's mixed somehow with the loneliness, and also even in the deepest meditation, it's kind of like a board to which I come, and then because of that board, it does not drop deeper. And my desire is to be self-sufficient to the point where it's, like whether there is somebody or not, it's always perfect. And yes,
Understand.
it's help.
Oh, I understand that. I'll just share my point of view, and you see that if it can help you in seeing something in this. Um, this board that you are talking like a floor somewhere, this floor does break actually at some point. So this is, I'm talking from my experience that this board does break actually sometime. This board is like the bottom line of the person, like not the person but like living as an individual self. This is that border, like bottom, the, the from which we are like where we are standing as an individual self, and we are working from there continuously. It's just that you are very alert that you notice now. No? So that's already so exciting for me to know. So until this board is there, what happens is that somehow it's always a give and take. Like it's a give also, it's a take also. Like there is a storage, kind of a small space of the individual self in which things are stored, cleaned, kept. Like the space has to be kept clean, spacious. Like too suffocating, sometimes we need more space, or too empty. Sometimes we need something to fill. Also, like we are not used to of empty space. Maybe sometime. So there are many different states and desires happen within this. But then somehow when this breaks, this board, that floor breaks, then what happens? Then as if the sense of our existence, uh, which was more found to be our attention in a way, meets our real existence beyond it. The existence of being that we are, I am. And from here, a new life begins in a way, like which is a life like a one-way life from inside to outside only. It is not from outside to inside anymore. It's a life of giving only. It's not a life of taking at all, because you have so much more than you need at any point of time. Energy, love, peace, anything and everything, wisdom, absolutely everything. Like life of absolute abundance in terms of energy, feeling joyful or like this. So this is what happens. I noticed. Then only we are not going to have that kind of need mm, for the other in this way, and yet the others are respected very much now. Like you are self-sufficient when you are living in yourself, supremely blissful, and when you meet others, also you rejoice so much now, because they work like a medium in a way through which your love is your truth is shared also, and you feel that flowing in your body mind also. You know, this is that thing which happens to everyone who wakes up. Like you are fortunate, I would say, and very wise. I feel that you could notice that there is a board. Mostly we don't notice it until it breaks. Then it is very difficult. Oh my God, I had some floor which is not there anymore. Like how to handle life now, how to take care of practical life, like this. I feel you are very wise and mature in a way. It must be your effort and our guru's, grace on you that you are very balanced. Just prepare yourself for no ground state of being, no? Mentally, mentally means like in the wisdom, prepare yourself. And in meditation also, in satsang also, when we are here, try to feel that truth which is beyond this board. What basically is going to happen when this board, this floor breaks, is that you will not be able to energetically experience yourself as separate self. Right now, you can experience yourself as the pure being beyond, but after the meditation, the energetic sense of individual self again comes back. No? After this ground is broken, you will not be able to feel yourself as separate self, even energetically, because energy will not be able to form that sense anymore. This is the thing that happens. So I feel it's just wonderful. Everything is just wonderful. And by the time, every time you are living yourself, desiring also, this board is kind of thinning away in a way. Like it's becoming thinner and thinner. And better that it gradually breaks. This is much better. Otherwise, sometimes it can be kind of, it is going to be always a breakthrough in time. But for the time being, it could be like a breakdown of human life. So you are very fortunate that you are so stable and clear, like, yeah, everything is fine. I feel like this. Please tell me that if it is useful for you or not.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. I kind of needed just a confirmation that I'm not doing something wrong by always feeling that, and then okay, but then now what? Like I stay with this floor, as much as I can. So
That's fine.
yes.
When you, the being, will become strong enough in yourself, then you will let go of this actually. You are from inside holding it. So from outside trying to break it makes no sense. You're just going to create an inner conflict if you try to break it from outside. What is let go? Now you understand what is let go. Let go means let go of this floor. It will just disappear by itself. No? Become conscious actually, I would say, how you are holding this floor from inside. By this becoming conscious, a kind of a very beautiful transformation will take place of the individual aspect, human aspect. It will become very harmonious within itself while not having any center, in a way, so to say. No? Because this aspect is used to of a center, working from a center always, energetic center. As you will become, as you will hold more this whole thing, human aspect of yourself and the base in your consciousness, in your self-consciousness, peacefulness, it will get transformed in a way. Because nobody else is holding it from inside, you are. If you let go, it's gone. So this should not be really the question that how to break it. The question should be that how to let go of it. If you let go of it, it will not be there. Meaning if you stay in your being, as your being, it will disappear. No? It requires your support to exist. So the more you will live as yourself, as the being, and the more you live as the being in the body mind, it is transformed somehow. Like the personal, the human aspect which is personal gets transformed into individual in a way. Not personal anymore. And there is no barrier, like there is no division anymore, anywhere. It's just through and through one thing. And these were just few things which I felt inspired to share with you, and I'm sure some or one of them will help you in some way. Thank you. Deepa, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Rajee, I just want to understand if breaking free from patterns or cycles of life leads us to somewhere, like, or it's like, hawa mein you are just, तीर चला रहे हो.
Yes. Actually, sorry. Not only हवा में तीर चला रहे हो, not only you are, maybe you are shooting in the onto air or like this, and we may come to air also sometime by breaking patterns if we are not certain where we are reaching. No? Because pattern in itself is not a good or bad thing. Pattern is like a circle. No? Now, if we wake up more as the being and the circle becomes smaller for us, like we have grown, you have outgrown your cloth in a way, no? Then the obviously the pattern will become smaller, that you want something bigger than this. No? Now breaking out of this pattern and becoming like a ghost to be trapped by another pattern randomly is not a good idea, I feel. Being more conscious that, okay, what it is, I feel the best option is to let our own existence make it grow in a way, make it grow or let it be transformed in the most appropriate existential manner. No? Because one thing very amazing about, like you can say, human life is that limitation in which we live the being when we are living as a human being. No? And the more we come to the being that we are and live our truth, the more we feel the limitation of the human, no? Human aspect. No? And we randomly try to break out of it in a way. And that may not be really a best idea in this context where we are, in the context of awakening. The best idea for me would be to live as ourselves, like one thing, like an activity, living ourselves, living our truth. Then living the human aspect as ourselves also. And it promotes that existential growth and transformation of the same pattern into a bigger pattern, or how to say, more neutral pattern, which is going to facilitate us in living as ourselves while living in the human life, rather than limiting us. Right now it is limiting us in a way, like reminding us of being a person or being personal emotionally and things like this maybe. So this is what I feel. Otherwise, we will become free from one trap, which we are aware of right now, like we know what is the trap and what is the ins and out of it. Now we will be trapped into something new, which we are not aware of. It may take a long time for us to understand where is the door out of it, maybe. No?
But what I have understood is that everything happens in duality. So it's like if a new pattern comes in, then you can see the next time the same pattern coming in, and if you can just cut it through, then you break free. But yes, you are right in saying that you get indulged in bigger and bigger patterns.
Actually, we think that I will get trapped in the patterns, other people's patterns. We feel like the pattern basically, when we feel bad, means I will get trapped in other people's patterns. And that fear mainly is, we think that just because other people's patterns are not nice. In one sense, maybe you are right. But that's where we are talking about living as a human only, not as human being. Because once we start coming to the being, we find that I am myself living in patterns. What to say of other people's pattern? Let me be free from my patterns first. And once we are free from our patterns, not free in the sense of breaking them, but in the sense of recognizing them, that they are energetic flow, like circuits within. And they should not be more than that. They should not dictate what I will do today. Rather, I should decide what I will do today, and then they should be in service to that. They should be used, employed by that decision. No? Right now, those patterns are deciding which patterns are not nice and which patterns are nice. No? So those who wake up a little more, they don't really bother about these things so much. Meaning not at first. They more care about being absolutely free into ourselves. And then caring, okay, let's see. Because basically, life exists in coexistence, no? In the duality, no? Life exists in coexistence only. So we cannot have really very exclusive patterns. Everything that we have is somehow shared in one way or the other, no? So it is anyway being shared. And then when you sit as your being, your wisdom is awake, you can find out what you like or what you don't. And you can decide now, no? You are really free that time, no? And you will laugh actually that it's not really my pattern and your pattern. They are just patterns. For the being, they are just patterns, not mine and yours. My is a pattern. Not that my pattern is a thing, no? That is the extension of my pattern. My is a pattern, then there is an extension of that pattern, that my pattern. If you understand what I mean. A, a, a certain way of thinking is a pattern in the being. No? And within that certain way of thinking, we are thinking about certain way of thinking also. No? Do you see my point? So that's how we are going deeper and deeper in patterns. And returning out of those patterns is getting out of mind into our purity of being and wisdom. So that we can actually see things as they are. What is what? Seeing patterns from the eyes of a pattern is not a good idea. That's okay. That's being human, not something bad. But we have higher possibilities within ourselves. That's what we are exploring and living right now. No? So I think this is good. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajee.
Because as I think before also I told you that I have myself been very, kind of philosophical in a way in my own time, like reading books and thinking and trying to understand life. No? There's nothing wrong in that. But there is a possibility of growth also there. Slowly we can grow deeper and deeper to not thinking other people's thoughts, but now thinking our own thought about life. And then not only thinking about thoughts about life, but also start knowing life slowly. And we start knowing ourselves slowly. So all these possibilities are there in one life only. We can just speed up a little bit and all of that is possible. So don't move in patterns for too long about patterns. Be quick. That's what I'm saying. It's all right to move about patterns, mean thinking about them, but not for so long. Just be done with them and move on. Do something deeper about them now.
Yeah, I at times, say, okay, now I know the lesson. Next. That's what I say to myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, but next we have two possibilities about the next. One is the horizontal, which is the expansion of the same level of consciousness, where there are many items but belong to the same category. But there is a vertical possibility also. That not only not the next item of the same category, but the very next category altogether. That's what I'm saying. If you want to do next, then go next level of consciousness, next way of connecting or knowing something, deeper way of knowing basically. And there is no deeper into things. There is only deeper into ourselves. The deeper into the knower, the deeper into that which we know. This is a very simple formula of knowing anything deeply. And very simple also, like very freeing also in a way. Like we don't have to depend on things to be available, to be known deeply. Nothing is available, even then I can go deep in myself and prepare myself to know deeply everything for the next time. No? Meditation is that way, to go deep in ourselves. Deep means not like this, go dive deep in ourselves, but more returning deep in ourselves in a way. Withdrawing ourselves from everything into our natural true state. No? Thank you. Very nice talking to you. As I said, no, I like this kind of simple language very much. When we are sincerely interested in, exploring something. Thank you.
Thank you, Ji.
And there are some messages also here. One message is from Preeti. Thank you, Anna, for your question, and Rajee, thank you so much for your love in the form of these satsangs and guidings, where we get to know ourselves and answers without asking many things too. Thank you. Very nice that you could connect, no, Preeti. Very nice. Madhvi, you wrote, Namaste ji. I was reading an article and a very beautiful statement touched me. You can have me or my property, but not both. You can have me or my property, but not both. I want to live this statement with you. I think for that, Madhvi, you will have to say something because I probably I will not able to, I won't be able to connect to the context in which you are inviting me. So please bring me in that context.
Namaste ji, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah, actually I was reading an article about Krishna and
Okay.
there it was very beautifully written that you can have me or my property, but not both.
Oh,
And
it's
it
so
was
beautiful.
so beautiful. I was like, I was a little bit shocked. Honestly, I was shocked because I want both somewhere. So, because I want to live this lovely world also, and I want to have my Krishna also with me. But then when I read this, I was like, oh, so I have to choose now. And if I have to choose, then if it is Krishna's property, then it has to be Krishna himself only. I don't know. I mean, there were so many things at that moment, or in that fraction of seconds, that struck me. So I thought I'll bring it to today's satsang and live this statement with you. I mean, I actually want to taste that truth, that consciousness, whatever language anybody uses. For me, it's Krishna. So I will say Krishna.
I'll just share what I feel in it, and you allow yourself to feel the truth of it in you, in your own way. No? Don't try to copy what I'm sharing in you. Let my sharing only work like a inspiration for you, so that purely you can experience what you actually want to experience. No? In this statement. Yeah.
Ji.
It's a very it's a statement I feel for me. For me, it's a statement for a very evolved state of being, no? Where it is seen clearly that if I don't, if I'm not conscious when I'm experiencing, no, then that experiencing is useless. No? In the more evolved state of being, we become clear about it. No? That if I'm not conscious when I'm experiencing, I'm like unconscious, half conscious, half unconscious when I'm experiencing, then that is not really a beautiful way of experiencing. No? It becomes clear somehow that being conscious when experiencing is more important than the experiences that are happening that time. No. So in this, Krishna is the consciousness, and the property is the experiences of this world. No. However, as I said, it requires a certain evolved state of being to appreciate this really. Otherwise, it looks like, okay, I want to have property really. No, because the more the property, the more the better. No, meaning the more experiences, the better. Normally, in a certain state of being, certain self-conscious state of being, no, this is how it feels to us that the more property, the better. However, after a certain time, like, when we have evolved, become certain consciousness has grown in us, then the more conscious when having experience, the better. Not the more experiences. That's what it means to be present when experiencing. No? The more present, the deeper we can have the same experience. Like this experience of a cup of tea can be so much more, it is a universe in itself if we are fully present here. No? Now the property is so small, no? But consciousness is so much here. No? So this is how what I see in it. And there are different ways to achieving it. One is to knowing who we are, like becoming conscious of who we are. Then that self-consciousness becomes present here. When we, the being, no, become self-conscious, we become free into ourselves, and we make our human consciousness also free from us. And now our human consciousness, which has become free from ourselves, becomes free for the experience, to be deeply experience what is here right now, also. So that in the same ratio, our human experience or experience of anything becomes deeper also. It is the same tea, same cup of tea, same ourself, but not the same anymore. It's like million, billion, trillion times deeper than having a casual cup of tea as a person. So I can correlate with this in this way. Madhavi, what do you feel that is it what you wanted to look into, or?
Actually, I am right now speechless because this is totally different than what I had imagined. And it's
Yeah.
very beautiful.
But you can bring in your version, it's totally fine.
No, I like this version more because for me, it was, it's like when I read an article, okay, the past knowledge brings in some ideas relating to what I'm reading. That, oh, it must be meaning this, it must be meaning that. And accordingly, I take those readings based on my past knowledge, and there is little bit upliftment, little bit maturity happening by reading articles. But when it comes fresh, like in today's satsang also we were talking about freshness. So this view is very, very fresh, looking at experiences as property. Because that is actually so true. I never thought of it. That experiences can be property. And that is what is filling my mind, filling my life right now. And my past also is coming based on these experiences only. So till I am entangled in this property of experiences, I cannot have the Almighty. So
Yeah.
it's very nice, yeah.
Actually, if we look deeply right now, that anything that we possess, why we possess it? Either it is directly a need of the body, let's say, which is not really so much, But anything beyond that we possess to experience, Or why? We always possess or want to possess something, want to have a property so that we can experience it, If not today, someday. Like today I'm busy, or this week I'm busy, or this month I'm busy, or this year I'm busy. So let me possess this property in such a way that I can have it for another 1 or 2 years. Whenever I will get time, I will live it. Is it not like this? So property is something which we want to experience in future, but we don't want to lose the opportunity of experiencing it. So we want to keep possessing it in a way, just to ensure that I will have the chance to experiencing it whenever I want, in a way, like like as they say, one day. One day I'm going to experience it, no? Which is, as we have known now, which is same as never. Which does not, I'm not suggesting anyone that we should not possess things. We are more looking into the nature of experience. What is experience? Or what is a property in this case? No? What is property, what is experience, and what is consciousness? No? Like this, that we are looking. No? Because the more self-conscious we are, the more deeply we can experience anything. Meaning the more deeply that experience is registered inside us. You know what I mean? Like, have we not heard these kind of languages or used these kind of languages when we work in the office that, hey, I want to have another coffee. This coffee was not registered because I was talking and working, thinking about many things. I wanted a break through this coffee and which I did not get. Meaning it was not registered. Registered means what? Means I was not present. So the more present we are, the more it is registered or experienced by us. And we feel kind of a fulfillment. Not only body, but we also like, nice. But then there comes a limit to it, to being individual. That whole of the individual when present, the individual starts melting somehow, the individual is a construct actually. It starts melting somehow into its deeper reality, the presence that we are beyond it. That's why the individual self can try only to be present. It really can never succeed because the moment it succeeds, it starts melting. No? Because the heat is too much for the individual sense of individual construct, self to survive here. No? So, Madhvi, this is all fine like this? Please contribute anything you share.
That's very beautiful. See, I want to actually enjoy this, what you have said. Thank you. Very nice.
Normally we think that I want to experience the same thing many times because it is just fun. It's not actually. Try to experience something very deeply and mostly you will be done with it forever. Forever, like mostly. Unless if it is in need of the body, biology and things like this, then that's a different story. That is more internal, physical and like what we call psychosomatic. That continues, but otherwise we are more trying to fulfill our unfulfilled desire to experience something. And somehow we know that if I very deeply experience something, my desire will be fulfilled. Then what I will do in this relation? You have bought, let's say, 12 boxes of that thing, no? In sale because you wanted to slowly experience that thing, no? And just you opened one box and you very deeply experience it. The 11 boxes will be useless now, no? I mean, nowadays we have the option to sell it and all, no? But otherwise, generally speaking, like what you will do. Rather than deeply experiencing one box and throwing all, or donating or sharing all 11, what we do is we break down our depth or intensity of experiencing into 12 installments. And then we don't realize that you are going to require many such 12 sets now in future. Because there is a way of fulfillment and there is a way of unfulfillment also. Unfulfillment has a extension to it, like it grows somehow in multidimensionally also afterward. Fulfillment has sort of a merging into unity, into oneness also. Like once we touch a sense of fulfillment inside us, it will invite us to become more fulfilled in every aspect, every dimension, every thought, every feeling also. And all that, this whole thing, which is like the world, will just reduce to being. You know? And every now and then it is going to happen to one of us, no? And then this one will know the truth. That okay, this is the truth. The word that I experience is my own expansion of unfulfillment in a way. It's not anything else other than myself. Thank you, Madhviji. Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
As I feel, I just share these things. No? Every one of you, please feel free to talk or clarify anything if you want, if you feel. Because you are as much a being as I am, and definitely you are also as much a human, at least as I am, or more maybe than more more capable human than me, most probably. So please ask, discuss anything, clarify. If you feel I can help you in that.
Gee, I want to just clarify what I feel now. If we keep our experience in category wise, like save somewhere to like same experience I want in future, like that way. So first thing, it is not possible same experience again because situation is always different. My personal state of mind and outer also both is not matching. So I feel it's not make a sense to save any experience for future to like. So you just said no, it's never. So it's either now or never. This is like feeling like that. So whatever is experience for now, not for keeping it. If we keep it, we just keep for creating a suffering in our life. That.
How beautiful it is, no? What you are saying.
That just I recognize this while.
Yeah, you're very right actually. And there are many things which you have become free from many things in this clear seeing. No? Like first of all, you will not go for postponement anymore now. Like okay, what I can experience tomorrow, I will experience tomorrow. But what I can experience or am experiencing right now, why to avoid that? No? And that includes experience of who we are also, by the way. And that's how we are avoiding experiencing ourselves also. Because otherwise it is unavoidable. Experience of ourselves is unavoidable. It is so loud, but in a very silent, subtle way. No? We are kind of focusing on what is going to happen tomorrow. Like a experience will happen tomorrow. So that's why we are not available right now for this moment. And this way, what you are saying is a beautiful, it's a very powerful way of being. That I will experience what is experienced right now. And I will not save it for future. If it happens tomorrow, happens, it doesn't. Because my state of mind and body will change by tomorrow. Meaning I can possess that thing which I would like to experience tomorrow, but I may not be having the desire to experience it now, tomorrow. What is the guarantee of that? And that's what mostly happens. No? Like somebody was saying that I enjoyed, I used to enjoy the treadmill no, for health. I used to enjoy running on the treadmill, lifting weight and cross trainer, all those things. The friend said that, but you sound kind of sad, no? Now, like what happened now? He said, I used to enjoy all of them until I bought all of them and put them in my house. Now I never enter into that room anymore. I bought the best treadmill, best cross trainer, best weights, like, and now I just don't touch them anymore. You know, even to feel attraction for experiences, certain thing is required. Like a distance should be appropriately enough. There is a stretch. Like there has to be a wanting. Like a struggle has to be there to reach there. It's not freely available. Like so many factors contribute to attraction for a experience in a way, and that will not be there tomorrow. You are very. It's a very beautiful what you are saying. Then what happens somehow in this where you are? Can I live with you right now because that's such a beautiful thing. Then what is that? Okay, I'm not waiting now for special experiences to be lived tomorrow. I'm ready to live the experience which I'm having right now, no? Which includes, let's say, experience of my body, all the pain and pleasure of it, body and breath, no, like one thing. And now, is it not also possible and available actually to be lived like you are also living yourself or not? Like while living the body and breath, we are living ourselves also. And this taste of ourself is very different. It's not the same. It's very different taste. It's like a taste without a taste. It's like an experience without an experience. Like if you go back, in the thought that okay, where is that experience which happened about me? You will never find it. You will never find that which you have experienced as yourself. It's a magical experience. Experiencing ourselves is a magical, mysterious experience. But experiencing ourselves resolves this whole mystery called I don't know what is life and I don't know who I am. I don't know what to do. All these confusions somehow they just resolve so nicely. Into beautiful wholeness, beautiful completion, In this completion, the one who was searching for attainment has not attained anything. It has not attained this, and this has not attained that. They are not two. There's only one now. Only completion is here. Purna, Purna. This is that Purna, complete. It is complete in all the directions, in all the dimensions, in all the depths, like horizontal, vertical, anywhere, everywhere. It is always one complete truth. And are you not this? Are you not this? Or what are you if not this? No? Are we not this? What we are if not this? You know what I mean? But this is an experiential knowing about it. And when the thought will come again, thought will be mostly our borrowed thought. meaning we have borrowed it from somewhere else. Somebody else thought will come inside us in a way. Collective thought will come inside us. And that can never match with this experience. If you have your own thought, that's what I call wonder. You will wonder who I am actually, who is this complete one truth. Then this thought will be answered within you. Because thought is always answered at the source from where it arises. No? If this thought will arise within you, it will be answered within you only. No? Like who I am, what I am, who is complete. Now this is a thought of the complete being. It will be answered by that complete being only. No? And if we can stay here in this truth a little longer, it is such a silent power that is going to open everything, mind and heart and everything anyway. That only light of truth will remain living in the body. No? It's been very nice. Thank you for inviting me in this.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful satsang today. It's like a fresh and flowing.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like,
yes.
thank you so much.
About the being, about the being that we are. If you want to be yourself, you cannot be yourself. If you don't want to be yourself, again you cannot be not yourself also. We don't have this option. But when we are caught up in the mind, we think that we have an option to be or not to be myself. Getting out of that mind is sadhana, either through self-inquiry or some other way of contemplation, no? Or meditation, getting out of mind into the simple truth that I am. Choicelessly I am. No, I don't have a choice to be myself. And this is that peace, that relax, that bliss. I am choicelessly who or what I am. So this option is not there. The only option is wonder who or what I am, which I am all the time. What is this? What I am who is all the time this? No? So it's very, very good. Thank you. So Komal, you wrote, thank you so much for sharing your freshness. Ah, thank you. Very, very nice. Thank you, beloved. Manu, you want to say something?
जी, yes, जी. जी, I want to connect with you.
Meaning, are you not able to connect with me right now during this time?
And जी, I am able to connect, uh, but like feeling like to listen more something from you.
Huh. Can you give me some direction or something? Because where we are right now is so complete already that as if I have run out of topics or something. No? So maybe give me some topic or something. We will still talk the same thing exactly, but we will use a topic for it in a way. No?
जी, in no particular topic is uh, coming.
Huh. So can I take no topic as your topic?
जी, yes, जी.
Manu, when you are sitting right now here, are you attending yourself or are you attending thoughts? You know, this is the difference in a way in different states of ourself, of the same self. No? That in some state we are attending thoughts, in some we are attending ourselves. When we are attending ourselves, that is what is meditation. No? Meditation, attending. Right now we are in meditation actually, no, attending ourselves. And we are using everything like this talk and sharing and togetherness for remaining in ourselves. No? So by sharing, you can use for remaining, remaining in yourself, for 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 attending yourself, or for unhooking yourself from attending the thoughts, so that again you can attend yourself. Like I like this word in Hindi very much, uplabdh hona, no, satya ke liye uplabdh hona, to be available for truth. No? So it's just as simple as this. Are you available for yourself? It's as simple as this. Doing all the sadhana, all the satsang and everything, so that we can become available to ourselves. So Manu, are you available to yourself right now? And you can use this questioning to kind of scan within that if any portion of yourself, in a way, no, is still not busy in something else, but whole of yourself is absorbed and rejoicing in yourself. No? Because there is no higher joy than this actually. This is pure bliss to live ourselves, no? To be available to ourselves. So are you available to yourself, Manu? Are you attending yourself right now?
जी, yes, जी.
Then just it's just beautiful then. Everything else is a bonus in a way. Whole life activity, everything is a bonus after we live this place of our own being, even for a few seconds. Today, like it is going to made our day anyway. Like everything of the day is very much less serious. We are much less serious about it or involved, attached, much less attached to the activity of the day in a way. You know, because there is such a fulfillment lived inside us under the in the background in a way continuously. It's like an example. I feel that like in the morning you opened your door just for fresh air and newspaper and something, and you saw your beloved was on the door visiting you. Hey, how are you? Very nice. But you have a very busy day. You had to go to office, so you prepared and made breakfast and everything. Gave breakfast to the beloved also, and then you go to office. But now you are going to have that kind of joy in the heart, even when same office, same hectic job, same struggle in the bus or train or anything. You know what I mean? Because now you are with the beloved also at the same time. Because after the office, I'm going to meet the beloved again. So that is what is felt when we are able to live ourselves, even for a few seconds. This fulfillment we cannot lose. It's not so easy to lose really. We think that experiencing ourselves is a very fragile thing. Oh, I turned this side and gone. Not really. We must be maybe looking at truth from the mind. That is gone very easily. But when we are experiencing ourselves, it remains like a climate inside, like a fragrance inside. Look, fragrances don't go away so easily, unless we spray something deliberately too much on it, no? Thank you. It's beautiful, Manu. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I would like to say in Hindi like this, no? हाँ हमारे होने का एहसास, no? हमारे होने का एहसास, है ना? It's a sense of our existence. That I exist, no? It's a sense. Most intimate, most simple, and most profound. No? And this is also the door to the absolute truth. You know, this is also the, in a way, staircase to the beloved. You know, this is also the door to the temple of our own Lord within ourselves. No? So it is very useful really to learn how to deeply experience anything, so that we can use that practice to experience ourselves now, no? To experience this sense of our own existence. Because the more deeply we experience it, in one sense, the more we have removed the sense of ego or false self. No? This is real meditation, I feel. This is real sadhana, I feel, no? Like the deepest possible sadhana, I feel. That how much of myself is available right now for my sense of existence. And when whole of ourself is available to it right now, immediately that sweetness, mithas, that taste of nectar, that amrit ki mithas महसूस होती है, like that sweetness of that nectar of our own eternal existence is felt here. And this experience is so deep actually that even if we don't have that sweetness of it on our tongue, but we will not be able to forget it. It will haunt us in a way. We will just like to come back here. It is such a powerful thing. And this is a very simple way of bringing our attention out of mind into our existence. No? This is a very simple way that we are using right now. Maybe we are feeling inspired together, no? to practice it. Otherwise, we keep talking and we keep remaining in the mind. What can bring our attention back to who we are? What practice? I don't know of any practice really which can bring our attention back to who we are. But when we are not doing anything, our attention does come back to who we are without effort. So gracefully, so blissfully, that everything becomes complete. Like it is right now, no? We are very blessed beings right now, no? By the grace of our Guru and God, no? We are very, very blessed right now. Let us not take the credit only ourselves. Let us give credit to the beloved, to the Guru, to the Lord. No? This is my heart speaking. Allow, like you all are very, very free being. How you feel about it. I'm not asking you to follow it. I'm just sharing my heart. No? Thank you, beloveds, for joining today. It was very, very nice meeting all of you. How amazing, we lived the truth together. Thank you.